Hello, good morning, guys. I hope you have a great beginning of week and happy Monday to everyone. Today we're going to look at week 7, and we're here in April 27th, session 19, and we are starting with grammar and writing with activity 1, which you see here the green checks. And for this activity, well, we're going to see and you guys are going to learn what is the use of adverbs. And for that, you will have to open your book to page 222. And there you will find a lesson that is called Use of Adverbs. So here in the book, in this lesson, the goal is for you to learn what are adverbs and when to add ly, er, or est. I attached 2 videos here, and I would like for you to watch them. And the videos are these 2 links. And these videos are very important for you to watch because that way you will have the knowledge of what are adverbs and how to use them. And for this, I would like for you to go to your book. I have an image here of the page. And the use of adverbs that you see in page 222, which is this one. It says to describe, and use an adverb to describe a verb, and adverbs often end in ly. So the book is giving us the first example here, and as we see here, an adverb describes a verb. So we all know what are verbs, right? So here it tells us a verb, and that is how we use an adverb, specifically to describe a verb. So in this case, they're giving us the first example, which is ly, when to add ly to the adverb. The first example we see here is the monster's bride. This is the first example we see here. The monster's bride yells loudly. So in parentheses is giving us the word how. So it's giving us a reference of the word, like how is she yelling? So she is yelling loudly. Okay, so here we see the ly here that it's added to the word loud. Then we have the wolfman stands there. We have the second example. The wolfman stands there. So in parentheses, it's giving us the word where. So it's telling us the reference of where is he standing, like if you want to make a question. So they're giving us the answer here, that wolfman stands there. So this, if you see here, this word doesn't have an ly at the end. It's just giving us a description of where and how the wolf is standing, the location where he's standing. Then we have here the third example, which is Frankenstein appears immediately. So we have the reference word here, which is when, and then it's giving us the word immediately. So we see the ly here, and the word, of course, is immediate, right? So in this case, if you see in black bold letters here, yells, stands, appears, those are the verbs. So these 3 are the verbs, and then we have the auxiliary word, which is adverb, which is describing the verb. And that is why these 2 words are in bold black letters, because first we have the verb and then we have the adverb. Then we have another example here, guys, in the second description of adverbs. This is like our second rule. So it's using an adverb to make an adjective or another adverb stronger. So if you want to describe an adverb more specifically or in a stronger way, like if you want to actually um, notice the description you're making and emphasize it, then we can add an adjective or another adverb. So in the example we have here, it tells us the bride is really pretty. So if you see here in red letters, this here, this is the adjective, and really is the adverb, this one here. So it tells us the bride is really pretty. So it's describing that the bride is very, really, you want to express it like she is very, very beautiful. But in this case, the book is giving us this example. She is very pretty. The bride is really pretty. Then we have another rule here, and where it says add er to many adverbs to compare two actions. So in this case, we add er to compare two actions. Okay, so remember, when you add er to many adverbs is to compare two actions. So this er is different to ly. It's very different, guys. It's not the same thing. So in this case, it says the second rule uh, of this part, it says add est to many adverbs to compare three or more actions. So these two are very different. Er and est are different in these two ways, that this is two actions and this is three or more actions. Then we have another rule here. If the adverb ends in ly, use more to compare two actions and most to compare three or more actions. So it says if the adverb ends in ly, use more to compare two actions and most to compare three or more actions. So in this case, we have here, we have the ly here, and if the adverb ends in ly, use more to compare two actions and most to compare three or more actions. Let's take a look at the examples the book is giving us, guys. So in this case, on here, we have the examples. Okay, follow me along, please, in your book. And it says, the bride, the first one we're reading is, the bride yells louder than ever before. So, how many persons are they talking about? Only one. So this will be our first rule here, guys. This er rule here, this one here, it's talking about this one here. So this is basically what they're talking about. Then we have est, and let's take a look at the example here. She stands the stillest she has ever stood. So they're talking about a girl, a woman. She stands the stillest she has ever stood. We're talking about that she's standing very straight. She's not moving, and that she has never stood like that before. So it's giving us the est here to put onto this word, talking about only one person. Take a look here, just like the rule says. Okay, so it says add est to many adverbs to compare three or more actions. So how many actions do we have here? She stands the stillest she has ever stood. So this is basically how we add this est here to the word still. Then we have the adverbs and the ending ly, and how you use more to compare two actions and most to compare three or more actions. So we have this example here. She backs away more quietly than a mouse. So they're giving us an example of two actions. So they're using the word more, okay? So she backs away more quietly. So this is like a description of how quietly is she backing off? Is she backing away? So it's telling us it's indicating us that if you want to make a further expression, we have the word more. Then we have the last one here. And of course, this is our last rule of this here, okay? And it ends here. So we have her husband rescues her most earnestly. So it's talking about one person, of course, and it's talking about rescuing the other person. So this is talking about three or more actions. Her husband rescues her most earnestly. So in this case, we have this example here on how to add the word most to the verb, to the adverb earnestly. So this is a good example the book is giving us on how to add er, est, more, and most. We will take a look further on these words more and most on other examples at the bottom of the book. So then we go at the bottom of our page. Take a look here. Okay. So at the bottom of our page, it says we practice together and to try it. It's two exercise. Um, the book is providing us here for us to work on. This will be the practice together and to try it. So in the practice together, let's take a look. It says, say each sentence with an appropriate adverb from the box. Explain whether the adverb tells how, where, or when about a verb, or whether it makes an adjective or adverb stronger. So 1 to 4 is giving us 4 words here in the word bank. So we're going to fill in the blanks with each word. So the first one will be, the theater opens blank at 7. So you put each word here, the one you consider fits the best. So I would put in the first one to give you just the first example. The theater opens exactly, so we're going to use the word exactly at 7 sharp. So that is how the sentence will read here. The theater opens exactly at 7 sharp. So this is your first example. Then you will have to locate each word on these 3 sentences. Then we have the try it. So when we have the try it exercise, we have again 4 sentences. And remember 5 to 8. And remember, of course, to read the instructions. It says, read each sentence, write an appropriate adverb from the box on a card, fold up the card as you say the sentence. And remember, I was telling you in the meeting we had previously that if you want to do this exercise, you can do it. Of course, this is better if we do it in class, but if you want to do it at home, it's good. If you don't, then you can go directly to the exercise. So it says number 5, the first one, I'm sorry, the instructions. Does the adverb tell how, I'm reading here, guys. Does the adverb tell how, where, or when about the verb? Or does it make an adjective or adverb together? So in number 5, we see here the first example. We have 4 sentences. There's 4 words on the word bank also. So the first example, number 5 says, we are seeing a movie. Which word would you add? Think carefully. Which one will you add? Okay. If you thought of this word, you are excellent, very good. You are right. We are seeing a movie tonight. So this tonight will go here, guys. Okay. And we are, have 3 more words, and try to locate each one carefully. Don't get confused. Read the word and read the sentence. If you understand it, reread it again. If you need help in a word and you understand it, you can go ahead and look in your dictionary. You can Google it. Of course, you can ask me and send me a message if you understand a word or a sentence or the meaning of a sentence. And this will be our lesson for adverb, guys. Okay. Be very careful with the adverbs and adjectives. Don't get confused on how to use adverbs. We'll be looking deeply at this lesson, and we'll be looking at more exercises. You have a worksheet that I send you through Cloud Campus, 2 resources on grammar class, and please watch the videos. You can grab more information on this theme. And that's it for this lesson on page 222, guys. If you have any questions, please send me a message. I'll be more than glad to assist your questions and to answer any question you have. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for watching this video.